Hi, I'm Brad Knowles, producer of Friday Night Flies, hosted by Scott LeBoldus and Scotty Holmes. Enjoy the show.
Okay.
Friday Night Flies. You know what that means. I guess we're on a common theme tonight. I guess it's gun show night. And we get that from fighting all these big coho and chum down in the local waters surrounding Pemberton. I've been working on a new fly. We've been showing it to all you great folks out there. It's been a bit of a long journey here between shows for us, as everybody that follows us knows that we kind of shut her down during the summer months because we do have a charter company as well called Pemberton Fish Finder. And if you haven't fished with us, you don't even know what you're missing. So go to our website, PembertonFishFinder.com. At that point, you'll know what you're missing. And the show must go on. So I'm going to get right down to business here.
Okay.
This one was developed by myself and another guy in town called Jeffrey Dobie, D-O-B-I. So we called this one the Dobie Coho Crusher. And it's been pretty good. I've caught coho on it, I've caught chum on it, I've caught pretty well everything. And it's just a simple swing and punish fly. I've been throwing it on a two-hand spay rod, Reddington Cromer, 8126, and I've been throwing like a chunk of a 10-foot T14 short leader, a 4 or 5 foot leader, and just swinging it through. And it's been just been crushing, literally crushing. So this is a fly. Are we at the top camera still, or at the bottom?
Well, we went down, then we went back up.
Okay, so we're at the top. So I'm just going to show you, like I've tied, these have all been used, so they're looking pretty wet. Can you see those okay?
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of, like, just fair warning, you might want to put your sunglasses on here to look in this fly box. Okay? Have a look at that. So we got a ton of different variations. I haven't had a chance to use every variation, but once I put this one on, it seemed to be working really good, and so then I tried to focus on this one. And since we started tying this one, I got a whole bunch of new Flashaboo, Lateral Flashaboo, in a few different colors. So I haven't had a chance to even mess with these guys, but this Lateral Flash is some damn sexy. So I'm going to be just tying with the regular pearl, but we got it in a whole bunch of different colors. Like I've got dark greens, blacks, blues, pinks, purples, chartreuses. Let's get busy with the one that I tied, and the show must go on. So let's go down. I'll give you guys a quick, a slow roll here. So this is a Dobie Coho Crusher. And wow, that just barely fits in the camera. How's it look? Does it look pretty good?
It is so sexy.
Dead sexy. Okay, so the show must go on. Today we're starting off with a Mustad SL73 UBLN in a size 1. Beautiful hooks. They're tough as nails. Super sticky. That's why we use Mustad hooks.
Best on the market.
Taking that hook and I'm slipping a 1/8. Is it chartreuse or is that 1/4 hot chartreuse bead? We got to get this package open. That's the whole thing about having big dumb fingers. The packaging, they make them pretty small nowadays, but I mean it's probably more efficient to do it that way. Slip it up over the hook, just like so, and push it up as hard as you can right up to the eye of the hook. Okay, it's going to look something like that. At that point, lock it in the vise. Something like that. Okay, and I moved a little bit, so we'll bring it back. And we're going to hot orange 3/0 thread. I'll lock that down on the vise. And then we're just going to get a little bit of a base on that hook, because you'll see here in a short second why we're doing that. Because when you wrap this Creelix chenille that they have here, you're going to put it on fairly loose. The one thing about coho and chum what I've found is that they like a sparse fly. They don't want a real thick fly. And when you're swinging, you got to be in that bottom 12 inches of the water column, from what I've found so far. So I'm not making it pretty on the thread. I just kind of leave it a little bit ribbed. That way the chenille has something to lock down to and it's not moving around. And Coho chum are big toothy bastards, and they will destroy your fly really quick if you let them. So at this point, we got this Creelix dubbing available at, can you read that?
Chinook Wind Outfitters.
That's
baby.
right, ChinookWindOutfitters.com. Check them out. They have opened my eyes. Susan, she's awesome. If you have any questions about any of the products that she sells on her website, she's there for you and me and everybody. She's a pretty awesome chick. I talk to her a lot on Facebook at night.
Oh, same.
Yeah, you too, right? And she'll, if you got questions about fly tying stuff, or if you're having troubles finding stuff online or anywhere, just give her a holler, man. She's pretty good about bringing in materials for you. So I'm just going to put a quick whip finish in off the end, and I'm going to swing my bobbin cradle over, loop it over the side here, and then we're just going to use the rotary feature of this vise. And I'm just going to slip this up fairly loose. See, I'm not bringing it tight. And boom, right behind that bead. Love the rotary feature of these Mongoose vices by Griffin. If you haven't tied on one of these, it's time to go and get one. So now we're just locking this down. Lock it down.
Lock her down.
Take these nifty scissors from, who are these guys from? They're Dr. Slick, of course. I had a brain fart there. So we're going to pull this guy back, lock all this stuff down, and then I'm going to take this little chunk of Velcro, and I'm just going to pull this stuff out so that if anything's trapped in underneath there, it's not trapped anymore. At this point, we're going to get our Lateral Flash. This one is the pearl. So what I was using that I found seemed to work best was 3 strands. 3 strands, cut them off, and you want to get the tips kind of lined up somewhat. And it doesn't really matter if you have them pointing one way or the other. I got 4 strands, so I'm going to take the 4th one out. You lose. And now that you got this room underneath the bead, what I found is if you lock this guy down a little bit, you turn it up on its side, you take this flash, you just tuck it in underneath this bead. Loose wrap it first, and this is your lateral lines, okay? Lateral line. And you want to cut it about an inch longer than the hook. Just like that. And we're going to duplicate that on the opposing side. And I'm going to do that again. Try and line these up nice and tight. Nice and tight. I'm going to do the same thing. Try and tuck it up underneath that bead. Nice and easy like. Loose wrap. And then you can start getting a little crazy with it. Whoa, that guy spun on me, but that's okay. You can see what I'm doing. I'm just locking it in there. And then match it up to the other side. So take your tag ends about an inch past the hook. And it doesn't matter if you have them facing in or facing out. I found that if you leave one strand pointing out, one, you'll see like this stuff has a natural curl to it. Can you see that?
Oh yeah.
I found that if you have one sticking out and a couple pointing in, it seems to work really good, and it gives it that buggy feature. So if you look at it, you can see there's a couple pointing in, one pointing out. That keeps your body from collapsing on itself. At this point, we're going to go to, which flash blue is this? This is the color that I'm looking for. It's on the shelf here. This is the orange pearl flash blue. And what I've been doing is taking about, I don't know, 10 or 12 strands, maybe a little bit more, 10 or 12 strands. It starts getting a little expensive once you start hacking at it, but really, I'd be willing to pay a fair amount of money for this fly, to be honest. So you take that guy, we're going to lay this one up on top. Same kind of thing. Right up on top. Loose wrap. Right on top. Take the same thing, just go just past your lateral. And I'm going to double this up because Coho like flash. Same thing, right on top again. Match it up with the other that you just cut off. Now we're going to another product called Creelix. And if I had the bag here, I've got it somewhere, but it's Creelix. If you look in the description underneath the video here, I'll have the correct spelling. I got this at Chinook Window Fitters as well. It's not easy stuff to come by, but if you call Susan or go on our website at ChinookWindowFitters.com, she's got a great supply of a whole bunch of different colors, which is super handy. But this stuff is flashy, super flashy. Take that, match up your tips, nice and short. You're going to plunk this guy right up on top again. Nice loose at first. Lock it down right in behind that bead. So at that point, you want to just give that bead a little bit of a twist. Make sure it's locked in there. Get it nice and tight right in behind the head. And you're going to go to work with your thread here in about half a second. And then the Superfly end of it, or the Solares end of it's going to come into play here. So right on top, and I'm just going to go a little bit longer than that orange Flashaboo. At that point, you can kind of see what we got going on. There's your fly, but we're going to clean it up, make it look pretty. Peel all this stuff back. Take your thread and just bury all the loose ends. Oh, we went a little bit too far back, but that's okay. It's all about that orange hot spot here. You'll see in about 2 seconds. So all the thread and everything's covered up. Take your whip finisher, throw a quick whip finish in behind that bead. Slip off there, lock it down nice and tight. Take your super sharp scissors from Dr. Slick, snip that stuff off, just have a quick look, make sure everything looks nice and tidy. Looks good. And now we're going to go to Solares. Solares.
Oh.
If you haven't used this stuff, you don't know what you're missing. Get some. Now you're going to see a transformation. Take this Solares, let it come out. Once it's out, start applying. Nice and easy. You don't need to put it on too thick, but you're seeing what I'm doing here. We're making a nice bulletproof head for them big toothy fish. Toothy fish bulletproofness. Wow, what a difference right there. So like you said, with Solares, you can apply it and then you can reapply it afterwards if you'd like to, but it's more so just to get the consistency and the taper that you're looking for. I got a little bodkin here to clean up a little excess that I got on here. Pretty easy, but you want to do that before you cure it, because if you cure it with it like that, it's going to stay like that, and you don't want it staying like that. So there you have it, right there and then. Got one loose thread there. That's okay, we're going to lock it down just like this. Boom.
Oh my gosh, it's blinding.
Yeah, you can see how bright those UV lights are, man. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Nice and easy. That's cured. I'm just going to give it one little touch for finesse-ness. Just a little touch, because there was one loose thread there that I don't really want having a little bit of a hump there, because as much as you want your fly to look perfect, so do the fish. Perfect, just like that. Give it a slow roll. Doesn't that look good?
Oh,
Lock it down.
one of the best things I've seen all week.
So you take your fly, give it a little rotary twist there, cure it up with the UV light from Solares. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There's the Dobie Coho Crusher.
Okay, let's have a quick word from our sponsors.
Friday Night Flies would like to thank the following sponsors: Superfly, Solares, Chinook Wind Outfitters, Dr. Slick, Griffin, Stonefoe.
Okay, we're back up top here.
Back up top.
Government Fish Finder here, looking fresh, looking like $1,000,000. I just shared a top secret fly with you guys. Tie them up, try them out, see what you think. There's a million different variations of that fly. Like I said, tie them with green beads, chartreuse beads, tie them with pink beads, pink and silver, gold, whatever you want to do. I know I'm dying to try them with a gold bead myself. I think that might be another little what's up for Coho. Anyhow, enjoy the rest of the show tonight. I'm not sure exactly. I think Scotty Holmes is actually going to be in the building here shortly. And we're going to sign off with that. Thank you for watching, and expect a few more shows from us this year. Enjoy.